Hello everybody, my name is Christian Swenson and I make videos here on YouTube about autism, autistic consciousness, and life on the autism spectrum. And as you can see, life on the autism spectrum, at least for me, is also life in a new apartment. We got a new place. We're here and it's pretty nice and we've had to do some adjusting, but it's starting to seem like a really good thing. And you know, adjusting is something that will be very familiar to you as an autistic person. Adaptation, you know, this feeling like, I need to change, but I don't feel like I want to. I want things to stay the same. I want things to be rigid and aligned and exactly what they were in the future. What they will be, I want to be what they were. What they were is what I want to have happen. And there's this sense of eternity in autism that we long for. There's this sense of longing for permanence, longing for the guarantee of a fact across time. Now, why would that be? What is it about autism that makes it so that we feel as if the world must be permanent? The world has to be permanent, or we feel adrift, unmoored, and like we're drowning. One thing that comes to mind is that for me as an autistic person anyway, I feel very disconnected from my body. I feel as if when I'm piloting my body, that's exactly what I'm doing. Like it's a video game thing. It's not me. It's something that I'm controlling from a back seat of some kind. Of course, that can be very isolating because the body is the thing that is together with other people in the room. And when I'm not in my body, I'm not with the other people. But another thing really comes from that that's a bit of a problem too, which is that the body, for many people, is the permanence that I believe we're looking for somewhere other than the body. So if you walk into your favorite room, like your home, and all the furniture has been moved around and you're upset, well, you have a right to be upset because you are, in a sense, projecting, seeing in that room what maybe other people would see in their own bodies. You see it as an extension of you, as a guarantee of you. And because the guarantee is different, you can't guarantee you. There's a sense in which the world has become different, so you have. And you don't want to be different. You want to maintain your identity. You want to maintain your continuity across time. And if the room won't do that for you, then you can't. Or at least you feel like you can't. This has been my experience anyway. And it made me realize that that's what the body's supposed to do. The body is supposed to be something like a perpetual stim, a perpetual reminder of continuity, of permanence, a perpetual feeling of the self. Do you have a perpetual feeling of the self? Do you have a hum somewhere in your heart or your gut that says, oh, that's me? And that feeling of that's me is you. Do you have that? That's hard for me. I don't know if I can identify the feeling of myself. Not because I can't look for it if I try. It's just I'm not really that used to it. Many people with autism have alexithymia. I don't know if I'm one of them. But alexithymia, in I think at least 85% of the autism community, is the difficulty with feeling or identifying emotions. And that's really hard because that means you can't really tune into the wisdom of your body and the wisdom of your body in identifying your needs and your boundaries. But we can maybe see this craving for permanence as a substitute for the permanence the body would give. And it makes me wonder, are there ways we can train ourselves to notice our bodies more? Not to fix ourselves, but to be kind to ourselves. Because when our heart is crying out, if we can't listen, if we can't hear, the cry will go unheard and we will continue to be hurt. And the world isn't actually that permanent. The world changes. The world resists. It doesn't persist. The world is dynamic and ephemeral and volatile. There's weather outside. This house, this apartment is designed to keep out the weather. Your body's designed to keep out the weather. But if you think your body is the weather, well, you've got another thing coming for you. Because everything will change, and so will you, and you will stop existing because the self is supposed to persist. That's what life is. Life is a relative homeostasis. A homeodynamics, sure, but a homeostasis that maintains the same integrity, the body temperature, all of that across time. And if you, on a psychological level, identify with the world, I feel as if that's where the feeling of not being quite there arises from. But again, what if we were to direct attention not outward, but inward? What if we were to focus on our hearts, the physical heart? What if we were to hear, and not hear necessarily, but also feel the beat of it? What if the beat of the heart became itself a kind of stim? And what if that stim was the reminder of you, the reminder of permanence in a world of impermanence, the reminder of self in a world of other, the reminder of here in a world of there? What if your heart guaranteed you? What if your body were like your house? What if your self were like a container for yourself? You've maybe heard the word countenance before. The word countenance is related to our word container. So it originally meant something like a containance. So when you look at my countenance, you're seeing the way I contain myself. I'm not inside my body. I'm not outside my body. I'm both. I am the inside and outside of me. And I contain myself through muscle tension, and this beat, the heart, is the inside-outside, is the containing, releasing, the containance. And you can see it in someone's face. So what if we were to contain ourselves and to feel contained by ourselves? What if we were to embrace ourselves and to feel embraced by ourselves, so that in that hug, in that embrace, in that containment, we would feel guaranteed, alive, permanent, and safe? Something to think about, something to mull over, something to digest. But I'll be back here soon. Take care, everyone, and you'll hear from me in a bit.